Luxury lounge is the home of complaining. You can complain about anything. So our job is to agree with these people. Okay? I recently gave up drinking for both dietary and budgetary purposes and have switched to ordering a Diet Coke at restaurants or bars in place of my usual IPA or cocktail. Most of these bars and restaurants serve Diet Coke over ice in a glass straight from the fountain, my personal favorite, versus a can or a bottle. So you can imagine my surprise when the bill arrives to see that they are charging me per serving of Diet Coke. At $4 plus a glass, drinking a Diet Coke with a refill ends up costing the same as a beer. What happened to the glorious days of free refills of draft sodas? Is that just a thing from our youth? Well, that we'll never see again? Thank you for the space to voice this complaint that has been on my mind for the last month. Thanks, a thirsty bitch on a budget. What do you think?
This is a problem. You know, I had an altercation in a restaurant recently.
What happened?
Because I love restaurants. You know, that's all I want to do in life. No hobbies, nice food. That's why I love New York.
Yes. Where have you been in New York so far?
It's been a short trip. You know, we have the baby here, so where we can, we've
is
been
that
around.
what happens? You have a kid, you gotta like drop. We have a baby here. That is the ultimate like the ultimate like
No
don't
flex.
judge, baby,
Don't judge.
baby.
Because you find yourself.
You're good at it. You go.
Thanks.
Got a baby here.
Got a baby.
Yeah.
So we're nap time, early bedtime. But mother-in-law's here. Let us do our thing a little. We went to one. I wanted to do let's do the real Michelin star thing. We went to Le Bernardin.
I don't know it. Let's look it up.
I
hope
those listeners from New York aren't like this guy. I just did the classic
top-rated
New York restaurants.
Beautiful.
It was
Where
beautiful.
is it? Oh, so this is like...
Oh, yeah, it's the 8 courses.
Yeah, so you did it up.
Did it up.
As you should. You're here in New York. Oh, 51st Street. Yeah, you're
Beautiful.
Midtown, gorgeous.
The type of place you go, you pop into the bathroom, you come back, new silverware.
Yeah, I love it. I'm happy you did this. This is something you can't really do much other places.
Right.
This is the way to do it. If anyone would just talk shit about this, that is not them knowing
They don't know.
your life. Like
there was guys next to me, group of guys in suits saying words like dividends and stuff.
Love it.
Yeah, it was perfect, dude.
Need a dividend conversation.
No, my gosh, we were sandwiched between four nights finance bros in suits and an Asian woman by herself who I bet my life was a critic, I think.
Ooh.
She was there. She looked, I say Asian because I feel like they feel like they're more the critics for some reason. She was very
easy.
She was locked in. She was like taking notes. At the end, she was like asking the guy, is there a way I could get this brochure and that? She was asking.
I love this.
I mean, it was the whole.
That's a great way to eat alone too. Just act like you're a critic. Like
that
I would just
well,
order.
yeah.
You know, why am I ordering everything?
What is this?
Well, just take out pen and paper and go. I'm taking notes for my blog that doesn't exist.
We went to a little spot called Aurora in Soho. A little buddy of mine recommended it. It was
Do you have any nights
really
left?
nice little. No, unfortunately not. Oh, we're gonna.
Beautiful.
It was a cool spot.
So this is more of a cocktail lounge.
Oh no,
type of
sorry,
place.
a different Aurora. Maybe AUR. This is so New York. There's so many.
Right. There's multiple. Well, I'll tell you a story.
This is
My
a
friends
cute
and I,
little pasta spot. It was really good.
This is very New Yorky. Very
It's a
Soho.
great spot.
Yep. Love
And so
it.
I could
it's
use
right
a
next
rec.
to a coffee place. I know where that place is. It's in that's way downtown.
Went to La Cabra Coffee this morning. La Cabra.
So
highly recommend
it's funny,
it.
Aurora versus Aurora. My friends and I, we went out the other night and we went to a place. So there's a new place called Jeans with a J. So look up Jeans. Jeans looks like an amazing cocktail spot. It's very new. It's beautiful. It's on Lafayette. Yeah, and this is where all the young hotties are going these days.
Yes.
So my friend's like, let's go to Jeans, and I was like, my friend's in wine, so he knows all the places. So I was like, oh my God, I've been wanting to go to this place. Let's go get a cocktail of Jeans. Look at they got the fries, the steak.
Yeah,
It's a beautiful place.
steak and frites,
We
come
went
on.
to he brings us to Jeans with a G. Now look up Jeans with
can't
a
wait for
G.
this.
This place, it was the saddest place I've ever been. If you go to Jeans with a G and go to images, this is Jeans.
Yeah, like short for Eugene's.
Right.
Yeah.
There's a picture.
Old school.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's just, it looks like a place that John
is that a
Taffer would have to like redo.
Are those doilies?
Yeah, there's Joy, like the bar. That's where we were, right in that window. And I'm like, it was an empty bar. There's like one drunk woman who's like on her phone on FaceTime. and we're like, this is not what we thought we were gonna get. I think you should go. You don't have another night here?
So we do. We are. We're gonna go to dinner with the kid, which he is.
How old?
He's a little over a year. So he sits in a little seat and he does fine. We don't make a scene.
I got a place where you could go.
Please.
And it's like I want you to have like a New York experience. I love recommendations when they're thoughtful. Okay?
Oh my gosh.
You haven't done Italian.
I mean, if there.
How have you not done Italian?
No. Aurora was
Oh, it was Italian.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was nice.
Because I was gonna say
Doing
Bellato's.
Italian, French.
Have you been to this guy Bellato is like unbelievable.
Okay.
And they don't do reservations.
Listen, I can't have too much
Emilio's
Italian.
Bellato. And it's on Houston, but like literally the mom comes out and is like, what do you want?
Oh,
And
dude, this is perfect.
So I'll DM this guy. He is like,
man.
he's very nice and he like loves having people in. I'll DM him.
I love it.
And I went with my family, my aunt and uncle, my dad and mom, and myself. And we went, it's old school. It's been here forever. Pictures on the wall type of place. Taylor Swift goes. They have a back speakeasy. Like it's like a whole thing.
Dude.
You can't get into the speakeasy unless he brings you back there. He did not bring me.
I can tell you're a good recommendations guy, and that's a great quality in a person.
Well, because you're in New York, like I do think the New York Italian place, like
it's
got to be
perfect.
a part. Like I mean, look at this place.
Oh my gosh.
If you see it, we'll post the picture of this. We got to post this picture on the Patreon. It's just a wonderful New York night and cash only.
Oh, even better.
So it's like
It's the thing.
That's part of it. The allure. We went. My parents go. We want like a fettuccine Alfredo. Like they were like, we want a fettuccine, and then the mom goes, well, they go ask the son. The son's the chef, and he's like a great guy. He was at the Knicks game last night. So they go. He goes, yeah, I'll take care of it. He brings out a big fettuccine Alfredo. They bring the bill out at the end, and my parents are going, what is this fettuccine thing? And the guy goes, we charged you for like fettuccine for $5. And they're like, this is what it is for $5? And I'm like, are you
like $25
complaining with the person that got us in here?
Yeah, don't do that.
That made it specially? Like this is
off menu?
Right.
Can't complain at that point.
Okay,
that's terrific.
So you had an issue.
Well, I didn't to answer our thirsty girl here. That's funny.
Thirsty bitch.
On a budget. This happened at Le Bernardin. That's how you say it, I think. And of course, I didn't complain there. You're signing up to spend too much money at a place like that.
Right. And they kind of know that, which means they can take advantage, but that's the trust you have.
And they did, and you could tell the guy comes over. I didn't do the pairing because my wife's pregnant. She's not drinking. I'm not going to just like hammer pairings in front of her. But I had 2 or 3 glasses, and the guy comes over, sommelier, I'm sure, and you could tell they come over and they don't have the menu. So when he comes over for the second glass, I go, could I see the menu again? So I want to know. And the third, now I'm a little embarrassed,
Right.
I'm like, yeah, whatever you recommend.
Wine,
and then he brought out.
This is the problem with wine is they could really fuck you.
Yes.
And if you were like, you're with your wife, so you're like, I don't care what I look like. But if you're on a date, you're like, well, bring me this. It's like they have you by the balls.
Yeah. But the soda situation, my wife is getting mocktails whenever we do go out to a nice meal. And mocktail, as we know, no alcohol.
Right.
It's a glorified soda.
Right.
And
but they're hot now. They're in.
They're in, and they price them like they have nice alcohol in them, which it's just it is. And so I've been to some places where it's like $5 or whatever, And then so I've started to speak up. I went to this one restaurant where I felt like I could do this. I was like, what does your soda cost if my wife wants a Sprite? Because what you're going to make her tastes kind of similar to a Sprite.
Right, it's going to be a Sprite with grenadine.
$3. I was like, what's your mocktail? It was like $12. I was like, could we get a Sprite with grenadine and lime and orange in it? And they were, yeah. And they were like, you could tell the guy's like, I know what you're doing. And he's like, all right.
Here's the solution. I listen, I love it.
But I see what this girl's saying. Like, come on.
I love
soda's soda.
Right.
It should be a penny.
Fountain soda is a penny. We know how much it costs.
We know.
That's the problem. Here's the thing. If you're going to get mocktails alone, jack up the price. I want to spend more. I want to be I want to be at the bar having a bar experience alone. If I'm drinking a mocktail with someone drinking cocktails, I should be charged at the soda level of
there's someone here spending real money. Yes.
You know what I mean? Because I do understand if I'm not drinking, but I want to be out. I don't want the bartender to hate me. I don't want the restaurant to hate me. I don't want to like take over a chair that would have gotten them $50.
Mm-hmm.
Charge me the mocktail price. Charge me like I'm drinking a cocktail. But if I'm with someone drinking and we are sitting there drinking and eating, doing the pairing, doing the glass of wine, put me at charge me at the regular, fountain soda rate.
Exactly. That's what
I'm negotiating with you. That's the thing. Like, all I'm looking is for the negotiation.
Yeah.
It's like a corking fee. Oh, you're gonna bring in your bottle of wine. We're gonna charge you a little bit to take out the cork. I get it. You gotta make your money. You don't want to like get taken advantage of. You don't want people sitting here for 6 hours with their bottle of wine. More. We brought it from home with their jugs and coolers.
The mocktail industry it's too much. Someone needs to figure out across the board.
It out.
You did, and we need to spread the word because it's too much. I'll never forget haggling at a restaurant is just a strange feeling. You ever been to a Fogo de Chao?
Yeah, with the green red. Keep feeding me.
Yeah, keep feeding me. Have you? There's a guy once he came up. He's like, "Yo, for our standard meal, whatever, it's like $80, all you can eat meat." He's like, for $150, we'll get the Wagyu in there, or whatever. And we were all like, "Oh, 80's fine." He's like, "I'll do it for $120." We were like, "What? Is this some weird off market?
Right?
Are you a car salesman?
Are you the Japanese farmer who takes care of the cow?"
Happened?
That is. You can't do that at a Fogo de Chao.
Exactly. I was like, this is a chain restaurant.
I like that guy though. There's a piece of me that likes someone who's like working at a McDonald's, like making his money more. Sure, like, I can give you the secret menu. Just throw me a 50. No, I'm with you. This is a problem. I like a can of Coke. I'd rather the can than the fountain.
Wow.
I'm against this person as far as
you
the
like
fountain.
to drink out of the can or
I
pour
want
the
a
can into?
Pour it over ice. I think that's the king of Diet Cokes. Because I don't know where the tubes have been. Are they getting cleaned? I sometimes the difference between Diet Cokes from a fountain is vast, and I don't trust it. But I'm with this person, and it's rising food costs. This is all played into it. Like, where's the money? Where do they think the money's coming from? So Luxury Lounge, +1 assumptions. Big fan who has written in before. The Luxury Lounge gets me through every week. I'll get right to it. I'm getting married next year, and something that has come up several times is the topic of a +1.
Ooh.
I can't stand when people who are single and not seeing anyone seriously just automatically assume they're getting a +1 to my wedding. Listen, I'm inviting over 300 people due to big families on both sides. I don't have the money or room for your +1. And to be honest, even if I did, I don't want some random person attending my wedding just so you don't have to show up alone. I don't know them, and chances are you barely know them either. This isn't a free-for-all. I like when brides turn into total dictators.
Yeah.
This isn't a free-for-all. It is my day. And no, I don't want that girl you met at a bar last weekend to be your date to my wedding, just so everyone can ask who the hell she is after she makes a fool of herself.
A fool.
Right, like automatically this person would just make a fool of themselves.
Free-for-all?
I love this person. If this sounds dramatic, I really don't care. Good. Thanks for your endless entertainment and space to vent without judgment.
This is good.
You had a wedding? How did you decide +1s?
So, again, so your listeners, we don't know where this person's from or how old this person is. These are two very important things.
Right, that does make sense.
I got married in Texas, and we were like 28, 29.
So that's the prime age for marriage as far as like
especially where we're from. I had quite a few friends get married before me, and we felt at our time and location that like we reached a point where it was +1 time. It's like
so you were
everyone
like
had a +1.
Everyone gets it.
Everyone gets a +1 because
see, I like that you were like it's everyone or no one.
That's what it has to be. When you start picking and choosing, it gets real hairy real fast. Right. But I'll tell you what's not okay. Again, and if you have a bunch of people you're inviting that you're worried, we weren't inviting people we were worried like, what kind of hussy is this guy gonna bring? We had our friends and family there, and
it is funny that it sounds like a woman writing in, right? I'm not sure. Maybe that's my assumption, as it shouldn't be. But I would say when they write. Well, it doesn't matter. I'm just saying it's funny that the assumption is the men are bringing some fool. You know, like, it
Well, I
wasn't
tell you
like
what, a girl
I
did
don't
at
want
our
you to bring
wedding.
some dude.
We had
you
a
know.
girl bring like her sister for fun. And so that's a cardinal sin.
See, this is
that
the
deserves the guillotine from a queen.
That is the issue, is that it's not that everyone should want a +1. It's that the +1 isn't taken seriously enough.
Maybe
One
it's
person
conveyed.
ruins it for everyone. For someone to bring their sister, you're a piece of shit.
Yep.
I think you're an asshole. You are someone that, like, listen, you're not doing okay. Like, you can't get by one night, or you couldn't say can't make it, had other things. Lie to me. Tell me you can't make it, or come alone and get through it. Be an adult. Figure it out.
What's worse, doing that or RSVPing a +1 and showing up by yourself?
I think
Also a bad move.
also bad.
I
mean, because you're wasting
your
people's
date
money.
a salmon.
You know, like,
You owe me $40.
Everyone knows that it's per plate. Everyone knows that.
Everyone knows that.
And it's like, listen, I'd rather the person who couldn't find a +1 or didn't have one a week before be like, hey, there's a plate open. I'm so sorry. You got to here's the thing. All of this are people who don't want to deal with interpersonal relationships. They have opted for an easier road without dealing with someone who's supposedly a friend. Like, this is your friend. They thought of you enough to invite you to their wedding. If you can't talk to me as a friend, let's get rid of the invite. You shouldn't come.
Right.
Like, you can't come to the wedding alone and say to me, hey, I didn't really have a +1. I think it's admirable of someone to see the +1 and go, you know what? I'm not going to make this night about me.
I'm going to bunk up with the girls, with the boys. We'll have a nice time as single friends.
Right.
You don't have, I think that should be, I'll tell you what else we got that's very annoying. You sent out an invite, and I forget in the process when you make it clear that you have +1s, it's always a little vague. You just send an invite. And we would have some people RSVP like Chad +1 and send it back to us. We're like, oh, you're assuming.
Oh, they just said, I'm going to bring someone?
Yeah, there's like, oh yeah, me and her.
Crazy.
Yeah, I was like, okay, wait until I give you the green light.
Right. No. This isn't for you to opt into a +1.
Mm-hmm. And this sounds, like we said, if we had to guess, maybe this is a girl who's like, is my
She
future
doesn't
husband's
trust the
buddies.
friends.
Are they going to do some?
Who are they bringing?
Who are they bringing?
Well, and I do think if you're not in a committed relationship where a breakup needs to happen, I don't need you using the wedding as your date.
Exactly.
As your place to get laid.
I think +1s, when you get, I had some friends get married in like 24 years old. People are clearly just dating around for fun. Like, no, we don't need +1.
Right.
Necessarily. But you get in 30+, everyone gets a +1. And then when you're 30+ yourself, you need to have the wherewithal to respect the +1 and say, you know what? I'm not going to pick up a girl on Tinder. Like, I have a wedding when I come for fun.
It's interesting, the divide, the 30-year-old divide of like, hey, they're making a night. I think also if you're making someone travel somewhere for a wedding, you go, take the +1 because you're going to need someone there. I get that. It's hard. Mm-hmm. It's hard. Listen, Trey Kennedy, thank you for coming on. This was
so fun.
So easy, so fun. You're great. Everyone go follow Trey if you don't already.
Follow me.
Patreon.com/Jared Freid. Thank you guys for being subscribers. Back next week. Boom. Dude, that was great. Thank you so much.
That was so fun.